sitting through the cold to wait for missing pieces to unfold. I'm searching through my remains to find a spark to take me from my pain. I'm here in the dark. You are the one to save me. So give me yours. I want you to embrace me. So come closer and take me inside. I'm here in the dark. You are the one to save me. You're shifting through my soul, collecting all the pieces from my home. You're taking all my remains to light a spark inside to kill my pain. I'm here in the dark. You are the one to save me. So give me yours. I want you to embrace me. So come closer and take me inside. I'm here in the dark. You are the one to save me.
Hey everybody, just FYI for those coming in, this might be a short one because there is a bit of Comcasting happening at the house. It's pouring down rain and everything, and you wouldn't think that would affect an ISP in 2023, but about everything seems to affect my ISP. But I did want to at least get in here for a few minutes and talk about some of the issues going on. Let y'all know that Scope was aware of them. I had to bug them this morning for them to acknowledge it, but they did just put out a post saying that they are aware that for those who had that brief maintenance they announced, for you wonderful individuals, ladies and gentlemen, you're probably experiencing a lot of issues with your dailies not scoring correctly. You're probably experiencing issues with, you know, maybe your account has become corrupted. Yeah, that's a thing. That's fun. So a lot of things going on in a negative way this morning, but at least I can let you know that they are aware, they're working on it, yada yada. So mostly we're seeing the servers that had that little brief maintenance, but there are also other servers that are having it here and there. So yay, fixes that bring bugs. It's not part of the plan. It is the plan. So yeah, if y'all have any issues happening, let me know. I would say Facebook, Discord, push them to me. I'll try to, you know, forward them. I had a few people who hit me up with corrupted accounts, and we got a couple of those got fixed. So I do appreciate them responding and trying to get things rectified. But I mean, there are several issues. I want to make sure that y'all are aware of them. And yeah, there we are. So welcome in everybody. Sorry for all of the problems y'all may have been experiencing. Hopefully y'all still enjoying the game. John says it must be lucky seems to be working. So the main servers that we're worried about would be 104, 99, 130, 131, 132, 134, 133, 34, 27, 28, 29, 58, 188, 193, 200, 202, and then 195, 187, 199, 201. Those are the ones that are most likely going to be the problem. But if you're having a problem anywhere, let me know. Are you going to make a Monavine video? Well, I don't have the ship and I have no plans on buying it. So whenever I get it, I'll make a video on the Monavine. Whenever I get it, I'll make a video on the Monavine. But since I don't have it, I'm in no hurry to acquire it because I don't feel like rewarding Scope with my money this month. And yeah, that means I'm a little bit behind on some of this month's content. Now, we have gone over the new refinery and stuff. We talked a little bit about that. We do have some charts over how it's going to look. But since the free-to-play path for the Monavine is not getting announced till next month, we'll just have to continue to wait. So we'll just continue to wait. So we'll just keep it moving. I gotta go do all my dailies and everything. And then we have the Return of the Worms, everybody. Return of the Worms. Everybody's favorite event in Star Trek Fleet Command is back. Y'all get to go hunt some worms today. So I hope everybody's as excited as I am. Patrick, good to see you. Only issue I had earlier was a stuck mantis in battle. Restarted and fixed it, but clearing localization was fixed. Good to hear, Gordon. I'm glad that got handled for you. And again, if anybody is experiencing any issues, if you watch this after this post and you're still having issues, you can leave a comment. If you're watching this, as it's live and have an issue, let me know, and we'll see if we can't figure out what's going on. Troy, the way to find your server now is actually pretty easy. Pretty easy to get your server done. Now, simply click on any ship or any base, and any of them, and you'll see where it says the home server on there. So, like if I go back to my base right now, I take the Voyager and I just let it swim around there, and I hit Fushido. I don't know if that's supposed to be a Skyrim reference or not, but right here, you can see home 20. Home 20s. That is identifying the server. And since there's no incursions, whatever home server they have is the home server that you have, because nobody's on another, or at least I hope nobody's on another server right now. I hope. I mean, if they are, that's probably a problem. That's probably a negative. Afternoon, Falcon. Good to see you. At least you can combine worms with FC events. Yeah, hey, always finding the positives there, Jerry. We love it. Always finding the positives. So yes, we do like synergy because there was an issue. Hey, look, an OG, an old school, a Bortus. Love to see it. But we actually discussed, and we're having, Bortus distracted the heck out of me. My whole brain is now focused on Bortus. But anyway, yeah, we complained to them about the away teams event they just had not having synergy. We had an away teams event, and then the next day another away teams event. We don't like to have those that don't have synergy, so we did bring that point up to the overlords. We did talk to them about it. So I've been passing on the past 2 days. Obviously, many of you have been following the lives, know that I've been frustrated with the game. But at the same time, that doesn't stop the need for us to pass along feedback to the overlords based on what y'all are saying, based on what y'all need. So we'll be continuing to do that as well. If y'all need any help, well, I'm here to help you out. So wherever you are in your alliance. I also want to shoot out another offer real quick, because we did a couple weeks ago. If your server or alliance needs some help, hey, I'm open to come help you out. Join your Discord, answer some questions, etc. I just want to shoot that offer back out there because we've been doing that a lot over the past couple months. So, what about the new Voyager skin? What does it bring to the table? Basically nothing. Basically nothing. The new Voyager skin, what it does is it opens up a new refinery option, similar to how the Section 31 skin works. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh, the Armor Voyager Refit Launch Special. Oh, that's the web. Just okay. And then it's the exact same as this, basically. Yeah. Except the other one had deuterium. But anyway, this will unlock a refinery option. It simply increases the amount of biotoxins that you get. Is it worth it? Honestly, it's up to you whether you spend $100. Would I spend $100 on this? Even if it was a month where I was happy, I would not spend $100 on something that... It's the same thing like the Section 31 refit. If you like how it looks, because it is kind of canon to the show, which those type of additions I usually like, right? If you add something from the actual TV show, I'm not going to complain too much. That's kind of how I'm with this skin. But my biggest issue is that they've made a problem, the sourcing of biotoxins, and a good fix is getting the Armored Voyager skin, right here. And I don't think it'll tell you. Yeah, it won't tell you what it is. But what the buff ends up getting is just allowing you to get more biotoxins. I might have, if actually somebody, if you are watching, I know the screenshot got posted in my Discord. If somebody can grab it real quick for me and shoot me a Discord message, I'll put it on the screen so everybody else can see it. But what it does is simply unlock a refinery option, allowing you to, in a quicker fashion, source the biotoxins. So yeah, it doesn't say section 31 for disco is only 20 bucks. I honestly don't remember what it was when it first came out. It might have actually only been $20. But yeah, $100 for that. Again, I'm not trying to say that the grind for the Voyager is easy, but I didn't spend any money on my Voyager. I simply just do it every day, and I'm at tier 7. So I don't think it's a need. If you like it, though, go and get it, right? I'm not here to tell you that you shouldn't do something. I'm just telling you what is available should you choose to. And I don't really think that it has tremendous value, but I'm going to put it on screen. Thank you to Viper. Viper is here with us live. He's also one of the ones who puts together all those crazy calendars that y'all like seeing. So now I can show y'all what is in the chest. I'm actually just going to Viper. I'm just going to condense this and I'm going to cut you out, but I already gave you credit. So I want to make the chest picture big so everybody can see it. All right, here's what you could get. Now, granted, it is going to be based on your Voyager refinery. This is a tier 6 Voyager, very similar to me. So another 500 in deuterium, which is 1 summon, or if you have Neelix, can be up to 2 more summons. Then you have a chance at more biotoxins, and then that Voyager travel token, which doesn't matter at all right now because it doesn't do anything. So this is what the skin would give you as an everyday claim. Again, more biotoxins is more biotoxins, and even if you got the lowest amount, 4,100, you're still looking at multiplying that times 7. That's an extra 28,000 biotoxins a week for a tier 6. I mean, will it help out your gameplay? Yeah, but do I think it's like a tremendous help to your gameplay? I don't think it's giving you that much. And I'm honestly curious to see what anybody in the chat thinks about it in terms of, do they think it's a good value? I don't really think it's giving a lot, especially for a $100 price point. But yeah, it's a skin. I have an issue with $100 skins in general. Like, I didn't like the $100 skin for the Valdor, the Katinga, etc. Even though I love how they look, I didn't like that those were $100 skins either. I just don't feel like a skin for a singular ship provides much value at a $100 price point. 20 bucks, I can see it's a mix of a cosmetic and it's beneficial, but $100 for a ship that it only works on one thing and it only marginally increases the refinery seems a bit excessive. But hey, it is something straight from the game, so there is that. Or straight from the show, so there's that. What does the Voyager skin give? Roboski, where the hell were you for the literal past 7 minutes? Or it was literally on the screen. How did you literally come in right as we get done showing it on the screen? This is what it is. This. Robotsky, I've told you before that you have to dedicate your life to this channel. You have to dedicate your life. You cannot make it in Star Trek Fleet Command if you are not here every second of the day. You need to quit your job and focus more on Star Trek. You have got to get your priorities straight, Robotsky. You have got to get your priorities straight. You do not have Star Trek Fleet Command high enough on your priority list. Focus. Exactly what Jerry said. Focus. Hopefully that helps you out, Robotsky. Granted, it will tier up by what tier you have your Voyager, but overall, that's what it ends up giving you. So, yeah. No life, only rev. Exactly, Sam. Exactly. See, you get it up in Canada. You get it. Some say I'm on this too much. Oh, for those who couldn't tell from the dripping sarcasm, I was being facetious. I get it. People have lives, so I get it. Totally would have bought a $20 price point. Honestly, look, this month is a month that I'm not really hyped up on buying things, but I'll be honest, $20 for that skin would have been tempting. $100 is just a lot, man. I'm not one of those people who makes $100 an hour. I'm sure they exist out there. I'm definitely much closer to the minimum wage an hour type of a person. So $100 is literally saying that I need to work like an entire day for that skin. And the value's not there. If you told me that I had to work an hour, 2 hours, yeah, maybe. But that's how my brain works. And $100 just seems a bit excessive for that. So anyway, that's where I'm at. But that's what it gives you. And now you know. And now you know. New merch, no life, only rev. Hey, I'm here for that. How would we do that? What would the logo for that be? Mestral, what would the logo for that be? James says worth at best 50. I'll be honest, I wouldn't pay 50 for it. I mean, for a skin, no. Isn't a tier 7 Voyager bad at Ops 46? Joseph, tier 7 Voyager is literally max for Ops 46. It can't get any higher. Why are you trying to dump on me, man? That's as high as it gets. You can't go higher than tier 7 at level 46. What you trying to say? See, this is where you get locked out. Where you get locked out. I can't go any higher than this. This is my level lock. So, add officer shard chance as well, the refinery, then maybe. But even then, I see that's one thing I don't like about the disco, because yeah, the disco skin does make it to where technically you can pull Lorca shards, but the RNG on it is terrible. So even with the officer sourcing aspect, it would still have to be very good sourcing. I don't really think that we're getting that. I don't really think that we're getting that. As you can see, I've not been doing all my fleet commander stuff. But destroy battleships with the interceptor, I'm not even doing that. And then destroy interceptors with an explorer. I guess I am technically doing that one. Well, Dave, I'm telling you to watch me, though. That's the thing. I'm telling you to watch me. You can devote all of your life to one person. I should be that person. Not your kids, not your wife. Me. I do appreciate all those who support the channel, sincerely. So thank y'all for being here. And I'm excited because now we're less than a month from my birthday, and this is one of the very, very, very rare times I'm actually excited for my birthday, because y'all have kind of made me excited about my birthday. And I enjoy it with y'all. So please don't take the sarcasm as being serious. Wish they would source 7 of 9. True. The discussion has been adding 7 of 9 to the rare formation armadas. The chest you redeem in the artifacts gallery hasn't been done yet, obviously. But got a lot of mad people about the unannounced FT event when they just spent a ton of materials on them the last couple days. Harvey, Spectre, you should have warned Mike what was happening. You should have warned Mike. Maybe they wouldn't have made the decision they made. Oh. I can understand the frustration. The Last Spartan, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Appreciate it. Sounds like a very G6 birthday. Very possibly, Draco. Though I'm not going to be in G6 whenever it rolls out in Star Trek Fleet Command. I mean, Rev's not going to be up there. But still, I'm here when I can be. I'm still very dedicated to Star Trek Fleet Command. Yeah, for sure, Bobby. As long as you're enjoying the game, I'm happy. My goal is to help entertain you and inform you, and hopefully I can at least do one or the other. When one is failing, maybe we can do... I gotta do the missions. Dadgummit. Anyway. Maybe just do a picture video, do an audio chat with us. We gotta have our Rev. You're the only one that stands up. Well, thank you, Brandon. I think that we have a great group of people who try to stand up scopely, but I do appreciate what you're saying, and I'm glad that I can be here with you and for you. All right, I'm gonna screw doing this with worms. Just might as well go out and do this up here. Go do it up here. You ride my G6. Thank you, Draco. I appreciate it. For all the questions in Discord, you shouldn't have to apologize at all for questions in Discord. If you need help, hit me up. Because I'll say it like this, Spartan. People like you are the reason I'm able to do what I do, support my family. So y'all literally pay the bills. That $5 you just donated, it's going to go through all the fees and stuff. And once it gets to me on YouTube, we're going to buy some cookies and crackers for the kids. I appreciate it. Like the infinite screens, looking forward to Eve-style loadouts on ships. The infinite screens? Oh, yeah, for Star Trek Infinite. Yeah. Agreed. I'm waiting to hear more back from them. We just put out a video about them a couple days ago. But it is available for pre-order, and I'm all over that. So I am all over that. What's the best way about going for solo 35s? Honestly, Sean, as we say all the time, comes down to cruise and your research. I actually was just talking to someone earlier today about their first win over a Jem'Hadar solo, and they used an Augur, a Saladin, and a Vidar. So in terms of ships, I mean, any of the ships in the 30s can, carry you into or have the strength to do that. But it's really about getting your officers down pat. And what officer crews have you unlocked? Because solos require 3 different ships. It's a little bit more difficult to just say, hey, run this. But classic crews, depending on what level you're at, Sean, for, the 30s, 5-6 con, Bones as captain with Kirk and Spock on the opposite side is a classic shield regen for one of your ships. It just really depends on who you have, right? And that's really difficult to answer. Drake says, in-laws finally left today, so I get my wife back at night. I'm a happy Draco. Wow, Draco. Okay. Well, we know Draco's not going to be staying up grinding rep tonight. Okay, grinding something else. Better at least stop in and say hey at the Twitch stream. But you're pre-order on Star Trek Infinite? Nice. I am as well, Robotsky. I am as well. Our G format still available at Ops 50. I know you said don't camp there, but I'm Ops locked on my Talos and Defiant again. Look, I'll put it this way, Gordon. The game's always going to give you a reason to level up. You got to decide if you want to. Does it completely dry up? No, but I will say the main thing that starts drying up as you go into 5-star is ship parts. That's the biggest one. Because one, you're not required or asked to grind those anymore anyway. So that is a big deal. That is an absolutely big deal. You better make sure that you have all your ships where you want them to be and your research before you move up. Just keep that in mind. But is your advice for cheering up the Trinity officers still valid? I think the Trinity officers are still extremely important in the game, but they're no longer like the best in the game. But for gold hostile bosses, they still have value. Honestly, for some hostile hunts, they still have value. It just depends on what you're doing. But are they the most important officers in PvP anymore? Definitely not. I mean, that's long gone. And they still have value, but they're not, like, no longer do us say, and again, these are old videos that we probably need to get updated, or at least maybe close them out. But I also no longer say, hey, the Trinity officers are your primary transporter pattern officers. I mean, the primary transporter pattern officers today are 6 of 11 and Tendy. Like, those are the top 2 that you want to max out. You know, so things do change a little bit as we get time rolling, but they are still useful. And I find that the biggest use is when you're going to those gold hostile bosses, particularly, you can find a lot of power there because they really are one of the few things that'll shift those mitigation and piercing scores. So, hey, Jeremiah, good to see you. Nice, Draco. Nice. Very nice. You're grinding ship parts in 2 games. Nice, Draken. What's the other game you're grinding ship parts in? I know I run out of ship parts in Starfield when I get into these big pirate fights. I need to get a bigger ship than a C class. So, anybody else playing Starfield? Star Trek is obviously what I'm doing every day, but Starfield is also, can't wait till Star Trek mods kick in on that. You did 38 to 41 in 2 weeks and have no regrets? Cool. You shouldn't have. If you do the planning that I suggest everybody do, you should be able to rush up that quickly. I think that's great. Actually sounds like you did a really good job with your account. So, come on. Thank you, Lag. Thank you. Are they adding anything else to the Tindy, etc., other than frames? Nope, not that I'm aware of. Could they? Sure, but not that they have informed me that they are adding anything. So, yeah. Yeah. The whole thing is Dragon's Blood for frames. If they're adding anything, they haven't told me. You need 2 epic ships before leaving 35, or do you need? You don't have to, Jenny. It is really useful to have to. The Enterprise and the Augur particularly are most everybody's agreed favorites for those 2. You don't have to have them. Does it help out for your solo armadas and things? Sure. Definitely does. But you do not have to have that. Just something to kind of keep in mind, maybe put in your back pocket. But the Talios, the Voyager, the Defiant, long term are going to be far more important to your gameplay than the Epics are. But the Epics are going to be your primary ships for rep grinding, because the epic ships are going to get all those research bonuses that improve the amount of rep you get per hit. To remind everybody, specialty ships do not get those bonuses. The Defiant does not get any Federation bonus. The Defiant doesn't get the Federation Translink bonus to fight Borg solos. It does not get the rep bonuses. Same with the Voyager, same with the Cerritos, the Titan, etc. Specialty ships do not get the faction bonuses. So when it comes to rep grinding, and when you have to start getting really big rep numbers, having 2 epics can be very useful to go out and grind a system so that you can get your rep grinding in. But in terms of, like, do you have to have it? You definitely don't have to have 2. But there are definitely uses if you're going to take advantage of things like that I just rattled off. So, you have the Titan tier 5. Any reason to keep going? Yes. Yes, Tenacious. I mean, it gets bigger, stronger, better. I mean, honestly, do you even use it? If you don't use it, I guess I can't really twist your arm on it. But I mean, I do think the Titan has value. It's not as important as, say, the Voyager and everything, but I'm still slowly working on pushing it up. And yeah, Admiral Pegasus, YouTube has a new thing where they're doing, they're pushing ads into live streams for all content creators. So I think mine is set to do it like every 30 minutes. Oh no. YouTube, going to YouTube. Smash the like button, boys and girls. Thank you, Brandon. That's very kind of you to suggest. Thank you. Thank you. Brandon, I want to make sure. Hey, Brandon, October 6th, birthday stream. You going to be there? You going to be there? I need Brandon there. Brandon, you going to be there? If you're not there, I'm going to cry. I need everybody to be at the birthday stream. We're going to celebrate me turning the extremely old age of 34 years old. And I want to do it with all my friends. And y'all are my friends. Now, because it's a birthday stream, it's probably going to be a little bit goofy. We're doing it on Twitch instead of the old YouTube. But I expect everybody to be at my birthday party. My birthday party's a stream because I'm cool. Yeah. I'm a freaking baby. Well, you can be there too, Pop Pop. You can be there too. Thank you. Journey Point going level 56. I mean, yeah, if you want the new, if you want the ships, you want to get the Sanctus. I mean, you're going, if you do decide to go 6-star at some point, you're probably going to want the rare 5 stars for the rep grinding, and the Sanctus is probably the best of the group. So you'll come if there's pizza. I mean, there's probably going to be Bean Boozles. We're going to open up presents because a few of y'all are buying presents for me off my Amazon wishlist. Thank you for that. Very kind and generous of y'all. And yeah, we're going to have some goofiness. We'll see what all that leads to. Oh, wow. So I got stream sniper while I'm trying to grind. That's cool. Oh, and they cloaked as well. Nice. Nice. I know who that is. Crawfish? No, thank you. No, thank you. Got your Sanctus last weekend? Very nice. I like having the Sanctus. It's a very good ship. I mean, the grind to get to is a little bit of a pain in the neck, but there's nothing in the game that even a low-tier Sanctus can't take care of right now. Absolutely nothing in the game that a low-tier Sanctus can't take care of. So just push from 35 to 38 and have no regrets. You should go to 39. There's no reason to be in 38 versus 39. You should just go ahead and be 39. Build the ISS Jelly, start getting Parabellum, start doing your ISS Jelly Brawl events. Yeah, I would say take your very happy self all the way up to 39 and sit and enjoy and catch the heck up. Catch the heck up. You camp at 33 rev is downhill as you move towards 35. I love being 35. I love 35. Clayton, were you one of the servers that had maintenance yesterday? Were you one of the servers that had maintenance yesterday? If so, we've been having a lot of issues like that. So, if you have anything that you can pass to me, I could try to press it on to the overlords and see if they can take care of it, see if they can fix it. You got tier 3 Voyager, you can solo most armadas at 39 mil power. Hey, Barnabas, same boat. Same boat. So, once you get up there, there's not a lot in the game that you have that will provide a challenge besides Q's Trials. Q's Trials will provide a challenge for you in 5-star, but all the hostiles, all the armadas are pretty daggum easy once you start getting into those ships. So, yeah. Will there be a reveal what the mystery heroic and SLB in third week is before the Bill one is over? There will not, Giga. Says, a lot of people leaving the game and told us that having cross servers. Not really, Lisa. I mean, we're just going through another down point where the game is, being greedy. That's just what they do this multiple times a year. But is the population dying and leaving en masse? No, we still have not reached that point 5 years in that's not happening. Older servers are seeing people leave. They get frustrated, but people always underestimate the amount of new people the game is continually bringing in. For example, there are 110,000 players between levels 29 and 39. So even if you want to argue that there are not all those are dailies or not all the, some of those are, alts, sure, maybe. But I mean, the amount that this game brings in new players is insane. So it's insane. You truly loathe the FTs, just failed 3 tier attempts. All I can say, Draco, is I feel your pain, man. This is why I essentially ignore those. I essentially ignore them. Now, don't you try to do it, Bonzo. That's mine. You don't get the BP at least each month? I mean, it depends, Jason. This month, definitely not. I'm not rewarding Scopely. I feel like Scopely this month does not deserve my money, so I'm not giving it to him. And I think that the whole Carol Freeman thing is all you're doing is dangling a carrot. A tier 1 Carol Freeman is not going to do crap to any of the people who are spending money for Carol Freeman. The only thing having a tier 1 Carol Freeman is going to do is allow you to beat free-to-play players who don't have Carol Freeman. So, I mean, it's not worth it to me. If Scopely ends up giving me a battle pass, which they'll do to content creators, you know, most months, sure. But I'm not giving them any of my money. I don't think they deserve it this month. I'm not rewarding bad game design. I'm not rewarding bad game design. Lazy game design. That's just how I feel about it. So, failed 4 75% FT upgrades. So glad I didn't pay for that trash. Yeah, Mastery. That the percentages they're displaying are clearly mathematically incorrect. There's no way that those are an actual 75% chance. There's got to be something else in there. Got to be something else in there. So, let's see. Any more traders? I can hit regular heavies with this, but meh. Let's need to finish this up. You think they're going to cheapskate this weekend with the builds like they did with Ransom? Absolutely, David. Absolutely. Yeah. It would be crazy not to. You see how high those SLBs got? Yeah, I mean, the strategy, while annoying, clearly works. So, yeah, I don't expect the SMS to change for build-ups because they wouldn't change it for Ransom. And, I mean, we had pretty extensive conversations in the dev room about that. If they were going to change it for Ransom, I can't see why they would change it for Star Trek Fleet Command or for Anthony Billups. Camp 35 or push 39 to camp there. I'd say 35. Only you can know if your account is ready to go up to the upper 30s. But if you don't have the Defiant, if you don't have the Talios, if you don't have Voyager, if you've got an epic ship that's like tier 3, I don't think you should rush to 39. I think you should finish a good chunk of where you're at. Enjoy 35 because there's a lot to catch up on at 35. And if you go to 39, you're just simply going to have more to catch up on. So I would say make sure you've accomplished a decent set of milestones at 35 before moving up 39. So again, the faster you move in this game, the more you're going to not like the game. The faster you move, the more you're going to dislike it, or the more you're going to feel the paywalls because the game is going to twist your arm more and more to catch up and spin to do it. So, yeah. The game is changing underneath our feet to try to make it relevant, but also generate money. It does feel fundamentally manipulative. Many long-term grind projects I took on lost purpose. I mean, Douglas, that's been the design of this game since it came out, all right? And that's just what they're going for. For better or for worse, that's the industry with the free-to-play model. And you do have some things that are kind of outdated now that don't really have use. We were talking about the Trinity officers earlier. They're kind of a good example. I mean, Trinity officers don't have the value they used to. But, yeah. Yeah. Looking forward to rocking that t-shirt you got from the merch store. Nice, Shane. I can't wait to see it. We do post those who pick up the merch in our merch channel on Discord for those who like it. So, appreciate it. Does anyone remember Star Trek Alien Domain? I've never heard of that. Never heard about that. Never heard of it, KM. Never heard of it. Star Trek Alien Domain. Heck, I'll Google it right now. Because I've never heard of Star Trek Alien Domain. Free online strategy game. Came out in 2015. Yeah, I never heard of it. Let's see. Is it still running now? Because I've never heard of it, but I'll check out things. I'm curious. Is it still available? Oh, quick Google search didn't reveal enough information. I'm not going to sit here all day. But I'll have to check that out afterwards. We'll be streaming the new Star Trek game. I will. I would just be real clear, though. The Star Trek Infinite game is not like Star Trek Fleet Command. It is not a mobile... it is not a mobile basic platform. It is a complicated, and I think this is a good thing, this is a complicated grand strategy title. So I'm very excited about it. But I also want to be very clear that this is not a game like Star Trek Fleet Command. It is a different style of game, but I'm excited about it because it's my favorite style of game. So, any names you picked out for any of my Star Trek puppies? I already have Spock and Cosmo. Any other name suggestions? Oh yeah, absolutely. If you're going to name a cat, then you would probably go with Spock. But if you're going to name a dog, you've got to name a dog number one. Got to. Single player, there's single player and multiplayer in Star Trek Infinite. So it does have live co-op. You can do free for all, so like 1v1v1v1. It does have multiplayer, but I personally prefer single players on stuff like that. Besides the fact that it's your business, what's keeping you in the game fundamentally at this point? I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, just curious. Oh, that one's easy, Douglas, because I've played MMOs for 20 plus years. And the dirty truth of every MMO in existence, doesn't matter if it's World of Warcraft, doesn't matter if it's Star Trek Fleet Command, the game gets stale in some way or another. The only thing that tends to keep people there for a long time as you go through the ebbs and flows, the up and downs, is the community. This game's community is absolutely amazing. Now, you might argue I'm giving you the business answer. I'm just giving you the honest answer. The reason that I'm happy to log in every day, play this game, and hang out with y'all is the community. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is the reason. I have never played an MMO where it did not get stale at some point. That doesn't mean that new things can't come make it fresh, but every MMO has done that. It was like that with Star Trek Online, with Rift, hell, even something like Rust. If something's going to get stale, and it's going to be the community that keeps you around and lets you get to that next step where you no longer feel it's stale. And that's happened to me multiple times. I've been playing times Star Trek Fleet Command where I'm burned out. I'm sick of it. The community is always why I want to keep sticking around and seeing what's next. So, and to be honest, these games rely on that. They know that, right? You know, they know that's the model. They know that's how it's set up. Good evening from 126. Summer holidays are over. We got back to the routine. Thank you. My birthday is not until October 6th, but I appreciate you. We are preparing for birthday. We're going to do a birthday stream and everything. And a couple people have been very kind. They bought some items off my Amazon wish list. Nobody is required to do that. But if you so choose and you want to send a present for us to open on my birthday stream, again, please don't feel like you're pressured to do this. But if you want to do it, it's greatly appreciated. And here's the link if you want to. But yeah, the birthday is October 6th. I'll be turning the big 3-4. I'm old now. I'm technically in my mid 30s, which is fantastic. Love it. Love it. Douglas says community is absolutely legitimate. I think it's harder sometimes on the player side, especially as there is churn in the community as people move alliances and move on from the game. I mean, I see that in all my servers, right? Like I have an EU server. I used to play on the APAC. I play on multiple US servers. I see it too. And like I've said this before, I play on server 97, which is a newer server. Now I have also told y'all many times, and I'm being serious when I say this. I'm not just saying this because I want people to play the game. I enjoy Star Trek Fleet Command so much every time I restart. A new account takes off that burden that I feel by Scopely to like be level 60 and spend money. I get to show how much I've learned from the game because I can progress through it faster, more efficiently. I can do things so much better. And that the lower gameplay has become so superior to what it is when I first went through it. Like you can easily get to level 34 in under 6 months in just resources. So it depends on what your goals are, and you can go in and have a better experience. And I've said it before that server 97, I found an alliance that I just really enjoy hanging out with the people. You know, I spend a lot of time on stream now. We are actually over on server 16 a lot of times, and we're hanging out, we're doing the grind, but more, I'm just there because I like goofing off in the AC. I like talking to people. I just like having fun. And that goes back to the community thing. Like being level 14 on server 97 is not necessarily more exciting than being level 46 on server 20. But it's a lot of fun when you have a good group of people. So that's where I'm at. I'm having a lot of fun with a good group of people, and I hope everybody gets to experience that. Talking to cowards. Oh, cowards the worst. You know, cowards the worst. But everybody's got to have that, you know, that person in their alliance, and cowards ours. Is 97 an EU server? It is a US server. No, the EU servers don't start until number 103. 103. So That's a US server. Yeah. You're over 50, you're not old. Hey, I don't think anybody here is old except for me. Be very clear. The only old person here is Rev. Y'all aren't old. Y'all are all amazing. You're seasoned gentlemen. You're luxurious women. None of you are old except for me. Be very clear. Rev's the only old one here. The only one. None of y'all are old. Y'all are all incredible. Y'all are all incredible. Oh, a bunch of goofballs, but you're all incredible. You're my goofballs. And I love and appreciate every single one of you. So, you're my goofballs. All right, let's get back into our Star Trek Fleet Command questions. I should probably find another dad joke book, too. I need another dad joke book. Yeah, we need that. We need a dad joke book. You're still a pup? Fine. I will be y'all's pup. That sounds a little weird, but you know what? We'll do it. We'll do it. Is there a point in doing the ISO damage Monetization research if Freeman is available at the end of the VP? Yes. There is. Just to answer you directly. You're burnt and crusty? Well, some people like that. I think. I don't know. I'm trying to be nice. Stop making it weird. Gosh. Guys don't get old. We just get bigger toys. I guess that's true. Is my Pylum my big toy? Because my Pylum's pretty nice. Have you seen my Pylum? Look at this. He's pretty. Yeah, it's not really pretty compared to like these 1.5 bill ships that are out there, but I still love my Pylum. And I'm one part away from tier 8. Why? Because who needs resources? That's why. Will Infinite have the same BS this game does? Depends on what you mean by BS, Andrew. Again, Star Trek Infinite is a very different style game. It is a grand strategy PC game. You know, Stellaris, Hearts of Iron. If you own other similar titles from different companies, you know, think of like mixing Civilization with, you know, Homeworld. I mean, it's a very different style of game. And if you're not a gamer, maybe you're not familiar with the different styles, completely understandable. But it's nothing like a Star Trek mobile game that we have right here. Very different style game. Outside, I'm only spending your multi-phasics on this weekend's SLB. Why? Why? Is the new ship worth buying, or do we know what sourcing will be long-term? So Saint, I would say I'm not buying it. The sourcing will be announced, free-to-play sourcing for the Monavine will be announced next month. No sourcing is to be acknowledged or released before then. I can't tell you any type of what that means. What I can tell you is that the sourcing will be announced next month. And if you want to wait, you can wait, or you can not. Up to you. What do we get? Toys start to get bigger? Well, then maybe I'm failing because I don't have any big toys. All my toys are computer. Hell, the last toy I got, is, I can show you. Where is it? All right, this isn't the one, but it was closest. So, the last toy I got was this scale, Lego model of F-14 Tomcat, but the last one was a Japanese Zero. So, am I failing? Because my toys aren't very big. That was an opportunity for me to plug warbricks.com, but I mean, that's up to y'all. I love military Legos, so. Not giving Scope any money? Nice, Draco. Speak with your wallet. Your husband likes to play Civilization Revolution? Then Jenny, y'all might like Star Trek Infinite. I will like it. Your Legos are pretty large. It depends on which ones you have. You need to get the Lego Death Star fenders. If I add it to my Amazon wishlist, you can buy it for my birthday. You can buy it for me for my birthday. Right now, I am trying to raise money to fix the camera, so there's just a lot going on. Legos are toys. Thank you. Is the new Voyager refit worth it? My opinion, no. If you're curious what it gets you, this is what it gets you. It gets you another refinery option in your Voyager refinery. Essentially, it's going to give you more biotoxins and 1 to 2 more summons a day. So, would I necessarily go after that? No, probably not. Is it valuable to you? You tell me. This is a tier 6 version, but what you're getting is more biotoxins, a useless warp token, and some summoning juice. That's what you get every day for $100. Bricks are a better deal than the skin. Hey, I agree. And if you like military style Legos, go to that link that Falcon just dropped and use code REVDUCE, save some money. But everybody's allowed to enjoy what they enjoy, right? My job is to inform. My job's to inform. You know, so now Andrew, who is a supporter of this channel, by the way, as you can tell by their green name, thank you for that, Andrew. Andrew now can make an informed decision for themselves. What's the sale do? Absolutely nothing right now. The sale does absolutely nothing right now. So, event store skin. Are you talking about an event store skin? What do you mean by just, you can't just randomly say words. You can't just randomly come out and say words. Also, I wish some of these were animated. I don't have the Eyes of Gowron though. Maybe I should actually just get the Eyes of Gowron. I have the Spot avatar. Frames, none of these are animated frames, are they? Are any of these animated? Chat, remind me, are any of these animated? I do collect animated frames. I do collect animated frames. Are any of these animated? Hey, Jenny, that's really freaking cool. I'd love to watch one if they put them up on YouTube. I'd love to watch one of their stop motion videos. It looks kind of cool, and you get Summon Juice, a chance for a token, and a chance for Biotox for $100. Think you'll pass? There you go. None of the animated ones? Damn. Rip that none of the animated ones. Oh well, then I honestly don't care too much. You can tell by my loot count if you look that I missed yesterday's. So, hey, Thief, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you coming in. Nothing is animated. Damn. Kind of feels like my emotions. You're animated? Thank you, Chief. Ceiling fan? That's random. That's random. So, let me get my grinds in here. I'm assuming everybody else is doing the same. Don't forget your away teams. I can't wait until they put 5-star BPs in the away teams so I can start saving up for them. And I'm still debating on how high I want to go as a level 46, y'all. I have yet to decide it. I might let Thief decide. Do I still try to push and be the strongest level 46, or do I go ahead and level up? Hopefully y'all checked out yesterday's website. You love me more than pancakes? Wow, Thief. That's a lot of I mean, I'm gonna be honest, Thief. You're not big enough for me to really know if you loving me more than food means something, because you're not a big guy. I mean, very attractive man. I don't know if you're large enough for me to respect that you pick me over food, but I do appreciate that you like me. I do appreciate that you like me. Bender's supposed to be a level up? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I don't want to get too far above the masses. And as I told y'all, you know, we have over 100,000 active players between 29 and 39, or active accounts. Are they daily actives? Not all those are daily. We got a lot of people. Between 39 and 49, there's only 70,000, right? And then you get them to the 50 plus range, there are still under 600 level 60s. So I don't want to level up too far past where a lot of the players are. That's my main concern on this account, because this is the account everybody sees. I mean, I've got accounts at other level ranges. This is the one that most people see every day. I'm being very picky about how high I take it. So, Push House 52, trying to get the Parcel 53, have no regrets. Yeah, that's awesome, Chris. That's awesome. I wasn't playing the game for the first lower decks. I'm eyeing that Golden Miles O'Brien for the collection. Now, Jen, that is a great one. That is a good one. So, if I actually go into my collection of avatars and frames, I know this doesn't matter to everybody, but I'll admit that I do like them. I do love my Gold Miles O'Brien. Now, I tend to favor the animated ones, which is why I have the Silver Blood Voyager here. And then I have the frame on the pad, because usually combining animated ones doesn't work too well. Like one of them being animated, but this is just me being weird. But see, with this one, I can't really see the Voyager that well. This one, it kind of takes away, and they don't really fit the themes. Then you got this one for the Mac one, but I've got a few animated ones, but not as many as I want, because you have some great animated ones that are down here, like this one, the X-Borg one. I love that one. That's just a good amount of animation. I hate this one. This is the most disgusting thing in the world to me. I'm not going to say on YouTube what I think it looks like, but it's gross. I also want the Bajoran Wormhole. I think that's a real good one. Anyway, I'll admit, y'all, there are frames and avatars that I like. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. How do I create a second account on my Chromebook? So to have multiple accounts, I mean, one, I use the PC client, then I also use BlueStacks as an emulator. But you simply need to have another email account and then a Scopely ID. And that way you can have another one. You can have another one. Told GSE that gold miles O'Brien is trademarked, and I call my lawyer if they used it. Nice, Nate. That's actually kind of funny. But at the same time, you're not keeping me from Miles O'Brien. You're only 41st strongest, 49 at 104. A lot of 49 sandbagging out there. Hey, Wicked, look, it all depends on what drives you, right? Again, I talked a long time how I know that I'm not going to be able to compete with the level 60s out there. Even if I wanted to spend that amount of money, I can't afford it, and that's okay. So I care about how do I line up against my peers, and I'm pretty proud of myself that on almost 7,000 accounts, I'm ranked 20 at 46, but that also means I'm not rank 1. So I'm not rank 1. And there's something about being the best at something, right? Like, even if it's something insignificant, even if you're the best level 33 out there, guess what? You're the best level 33 out there. Doesn't matter if, you're only level 33 and Thiep is level 70 now. You are the best 33. I think that's cool. But yeah, it gave me anyway, another goal or another way to kind of like push myself in the game and enjoy it more. Because somebody was just asking, do you still enjoy the game now 5 years in? Are you frustrated? I mean, this actually is one of the things that makes me enjoy the game, is to have something like that. Hear anything about them missing the maintenance in the APAC server? So Bryant, they actually just put out an announcement. I think earlier, or at least Eco might have done in the chat. Oh, but here it is. We're aware of issues with scoring daily events on the maintenance servers. We're looking at issues to have more for in the future. I think didn't Eco just say in the official Discord that they were going to hold off on any future maintenances? I have to go back and check again. With me streaming, I don't have the dev chat pulled up right now. So, but Bryant, hit me up on Discord, and I will, at least if nothing else, we'll look into it, and I'll get you your answer. Because you deserve an answer. You're a player, and your experience matters. Your experience matters. All right, let me swap this out because the other mission was hunting battleships. I'm going to go out and do that real quick. Let's see the whole. No problem, Brian. And I will follow up on that after. Just make sure you message me, and I will see if I can get to it. Okay. Where are battleships? There we go. Battleships. Would you consider essential before moving 44 to 46? Defiant, Talos, and max my level, and Valdor tier 6. Sounds good, Jamie. I would also say there's some researches, some efficiency researches you really want to do. I would honestly say that you probably want to at least have your Stella research up to M120, which I know hypocritical from Rev because I constantly don't do that. But just saying, that's something that you probably want to look at doing. And beyond that, I'm actually going to do this real quick just because why not? I'll go do those. Beyond that, honestly, 44 is one of those where it's kind of like a soft spot. Like, you don't really need to jump too much. But if you go to 46, it's not necessarily a bad idea either. More about where your ship's at. If you're prepared, tier 6 Valdor is pretty capable. If you've got the main specialty ships of the game right now maxed for that level, then you're doing pretty well. I'll say you might be ready. My M score? Yeah, my M score is embarrassing. I have improved it greatly over the past year. I've tripled what my M score is, but for my level, my M score is still low. My M score is 108. However, I do want to point out, real quick before I get too judged in the comment section, that even though the M score is still a little bit low, if you actually go look at the research, I have started to do a lot of the research and have that getting maxed out now, just not all the specific Stella researches. If you come into my outlaw tree, you'll start to see that for those who remember a year ago, this wasn't maxed. None of this was maxed. And now I've actually started to upgrade all these pieces that I should have done forever ago. And I'm in a much better position, but obviously this is something I need to have done. Yeah. You have a T9 Pylum. Where should I put my 4-star interceptor parts? Talos, Defiant. Talos and Defiant. See, like this. Next spin event right here. Getting gas efficiencies up. And anyway, this year I made it an effort to not ignore the tree anymore, and I've caught up in a lot of ways. I wanted my 3 rares to be tier 10 before jumping into the 50s. Wow, Wicked. Tier 10's pretty high. That's pretty high. And Thief, I'm glad you think that it makes sense. I appreciate that. That's pretty high, man. That's more power to you if you can pull that off. I think tier 9 will be my stopping point. Tier 9. Not counting the specialty ships, but you like the Ahsoka series? I love anime. I like the One Piece live action. I've not watched Ahsoka. Time is difficult for me to have enough of for anything, but I do want to watch it. Somebody just sent me a great Lego video. Anyway, where do I start to unlock the dark space? Just made Ops 38 last week. Ops 38 is where, but you need to have completed the dark space mission. Now, the dark space mission is part of your normal main storyline missions. If you haven't had it pop up yet, you might be behind on your missions. Now, to know which are your main missions, you want to look at the ones with the gold bar. The gold border around them will signify the main storyline missions that you need to be working on. So if you hit level 38, but you aren't able to access D space yet, it's because you haven't done the mission. So go start doing those. Go start doing those. Let's you level to 48 so you can get that extra dry dock. I'm in no rush to do that, Fenders. I'm in no rush. We'll see. I mean, I am aware that there's another dock at 48 though. Did my freebooter dailies no score? Are they doing anything about it? Yes, David. They announced that they recognize the issue and they're looking into fixes now. Knew about 1,200 more rare parts from Newton, Pilum, and Coronar tier 10 already. Coronar just cracked 60 million out the dock. That is huge. That is huge. No battle pass points in server 200. I think server 200 was one of the servers that was having issues. They just announced that they're looking into it. Let me pull up. I'm gonna pull this up to make sure. Yeah, server 200 on APAC is one of the ones having issues, and they're looking into it. Ambo. Do you have any news about 40 plus server 107? Nope. Server 107 is asking me basically every day, but nope. I mean, I've brought it up to them several times in the past week. The person who's in charge of Ascension apparently is on vacation right now. So, yeah. Right, F at Ops 48 is more of a free-to-play concern. People who have paid docs don't have as much cramping. Meme's right, because I have the 2 paid docs. I had one that I bought myself, and then the second paid doc I have was actually a gift from Chad about 3 months ago. Somebody in my Twitch stream offered to buy me the extra doc, and I was very grateful, and I said thank you. So the Ops 48 doc is important, but I'm already sitting on, as you can see, 7. So it's not as big of an issue for me, but I will admit that I can quite easily see what I would do with an 8th player. I absolutely can see what I could do with it, but yeah. Thank you, People's Champ. Appreciate you. Looking at STFC.WTF and saw Ops 39 players of 44 million power. How? I thought you were high at 32. Primes, bonuses with territories, maxed out ships, field trainings, which, you know, artifacts, or not field training, forbidden text, artifacts. Be a lot of things that has pushed that number up. Armadas, man, you go do a rare today. You go do a rare. Yeah. More ships they release, the more docks we need. And I've been arguing that free-to-play need better dock situation, especially at lower levels. I mean, if you're talking about being a level 35 doing solo armadas, you can't bring all the support ships you would want to bring. You know? 8 docks is going to be great, but I'm also not in a huge need because I'm already at 7. If I was still at 5 docks, I would probably be staring at 48 going, this is a good reason to level up. Who wants my help? I'll always want your help, Thiep. You're a very, very nice resource that I can draw on. You're a well in the desert. An oasis, in fact. Way to go, Scopely. Can do anything without breaking something else. Yeah, today's maintenance broke all kinds of crap. So, that sucks. That's definitely a suck. Yeah. More mining / support ships. I am thankful that there's actually uses to the Talios, Voyager, and Defiant besides their one loop. They're not amazing, but they at least have a use, right? Like, you have a legitimate argument to just ignore the D4 and the Kelvin because of the Talios and the Defiant. Do you have to do that? You don't, but I mean, you can, and it won't really hurt you. So I think that's a really neat, I would say good design, right? Why can't I see Q hostile sometimes when I don't even have one started? Bugs. That would be called bugs. Errors, glitches in the code. Yeah. Problems. Yeah. Great stuff. It's what makes this game so lovable. So amazing. It's why we cannot get enough. Can't get enough. Don't stop till you get enough. Because of the broken maintenance they released, multiple people reporting it. Yeah, the maintenance, by the way, has affected about 24 servers and their ability to progress right now. So, Voyager tactics research: how effective is this in allowing the Voyager to punch up when fighting regular hostiles? Very. If you do the Voyager loop research, what you will end up with is, did anybody come to this? One person? If you do that research, your Voyager will be able to be part of your daily run. Like if you want to complete dailies with the Voyager, you absolutely will be able to. Now, do you want to do that? That's up to you. But if that's your goal, you absolutely can. You absolutely can do that. Are they going to continue the arc with Lower Decks? This was part 1 of Lower Decks part 2. So, see how it says Lower Decks part 1? That implies at least another. Y'all know I can't tell you what's coming. Evening from Germany. Guten Abend, wie geht's? Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Now, we'll add Gethsemane that even though the Voyager can do regular hostile grinding, do want to remind you that it doesn't get the rep bonuses of your other faction researches. So, thank you, Jamie. That's very kind of you. I appreciate you signing up to support monthly through Patreon. We do have, you can do it on my website for future use. You've already done it, so thank you. For future use, you can actually do it on my website, revduce.com, because I post on revduce.com and I don't really post on Patreon. But either way, I'm getting the support and I really appreciate you. Thank you. Afternoon, good to see you. I know you're holding off on the new officers, but what's your thoughts on the crew for Ransom? He'll have to be captain, so Kelvin Kirk is a sidecar for morale. Why would Ransom have to be captain, Tim? Why would Ransom have to be captain? Because Jack Ransom does not have a captain's ability. Officer. What I expect to have for a lot of people is that they replace Ikatika with Ransom. The people are probably still going to run full synergy, but they'll just use Jack Ransom instead of Ikatika. In fact, it actually might encourage more people to actually use Explorer Strike Team with full synergy, because now a lot of people don't. They actually just take Wayun and they'll combine it with other things. Voyager is also more expensive to operate. I mean, it's a 4-star ship, but I would also then rebuttal by saying that the game, even in the 30s, is paying out so much titanium that shouldn't be a worry for you. I mean, heck, at 46, I'm sitting at 100 billion, and all my ships cost more to repair than the Voyager. Coronar definitely costs more. Pylum definitely costs more. Pretty sure my Talios cost as much, if not more, than my Voyager to repair. So the game is, in terms of regular resources, is paying out quite a bit right now. But you are right that the Voyager is more expensive. But if you're dual faction grinding, you're not going to be struggling for the speed ups. And if you're doing your events, you shouldn't be struggling for the Tritanium. But that's the same on my accounts in the 30s, 40s, 50s, etc. Everything's able to get the Tritanium to cover Voyager repairs. Now, you talking about like a Sanctus we were talking about earlier. Well, Sanctus, depending on what tier, I mean, hell, it costs you 6 billion to repair the damn thing. You know, obviously, where things are is relative, and the power things have is relative. But do I have another stuck ship? I think I might have another stuck ship. Yay. But anyway, point being, the Voyager is not very expensive to repair. At 39 is more expensive, but you're right about the ability to repair. Again, tier 3 is as high as the Voyager can go at 39. And you should have plenty of Tritanium to do it. Is it higher than you've been used to? Of course, because it's a 4-star ship. And 4-star ships are more expensive to operate. But in terms of 4-star ships, it's cheaper to operate than, say, a 4-star faction ship. But you are right. Like going from 3-star to 4-star, like my Enterprise, one of the reasons that I loved using it in the early 40s for my rep grinding was that it was so cheap to repair and it was so quick to repair. I could use multiple and enjoy it, and it had a lot of value. And even now, you know, an Enterprise can still have really good value in combat if you max it out. But yeah, that's kind of more of it. The Voyager itself is not expensive. It's more of you're now getting a taste of 4-star, because you're gonna run the same problem with Defiant, Talios, etc. Hell, when we bring this pylum home, I'll show you what, you know, 5 minutes of damage is going to look like. Right? Like just 5% is going to cost millions in titanium to repair. And hell, I've got a lot of the research for it. But again, it's, you know, we just did an event. I think one of these paid out trip. Let's go take a look. Let me remind myself. The one I'm doing right now paid out steel, but okay, this was dilithium. But hell, even use dilithium as an example. I'm getting 400 million dilithium at the top run. Now, for a level 39, that probably seems like a ridiculous amount, right? Well, that pays for like 2 researches. Brian says, wait till you repair a Corvus. My Sanctus costs more to repair than your Corvus does. So there's always a bigger guy out there like, well, wait till you get to my level. Yeah, I know. I know. It gets more expensive. 5 stars, significantly more expensive than 4-star. Significantly. You're saying Enterprise is better to rep grind than my Valdor? It's cheaper to rep grind than your Valdor. Your Valdor is going to have natural advantages like better warp range. But I'm just saying, like, if you really are that person trying to save as much as you can, a maxed Enterprise is cheaper to grind with than a tier 4, tier 5 Valdor. So, why don't you show us your G5 account? Simple. I don't know. I don't want people to know where it's at. Simple. I don't want people to know where it's at. That's weird. Yeah, I don't want people to know where that account is that I play. So. Can I expect to see pylon BPs in away missions? Short answer is no. Short answer is no. At what level do you stop using Enterprise? At which level did I? 44-ish. I would say that the Enterprise was 100% retired when I hit 46 and started getting my pylon and Coronar. But my Valdor, Katinga, Talios, Defiant were my main 4 ships in the early 40s. I would use the Enterprise and the Augur for some rep grinding. That's about it. What you're hitting and what rep you're going for. This is also true. Because if you're trying to get some deep grinds in, you are going to get limited by the warp range of the Augur and the Enterprise. But that doesn't make them bad. It just means that they have some limitations. And until they add a below deck officer that gives warp range, you know, kind of stuck. Anyway, if you're curious on how to do this one, Fallen, let's just see what you said. So you'll be spending Fleet Commander XP, Quantum Communicators, and credits. Easiest way to score in this one, I'll show you. Back out, go to your command tab. Pick one of your officers. I'm going to do Locutus here. This level up part, this is the main way. Level them up. Level them up. That's the main way. To be honest, Trix, because I don't share it much. Yeah, it exists. I just don't really go around sharing it or anything. But that's why you probably aren't familiar with it. The one that I play on the most and the one that gives the most attention is this one right here. Your Augur is your strongest battleship at Ops 54. It's a King Gaza. Tell me that you didn't build any other battleships. Oh, man. And my man didn't do a Newton, didn't do a Tribune, didn't do the Vorcha. He just completely ignored all battleships. All battleships. Are you going to get the Newton? I mean, at some point I'll build it, similar to how I built the Kelvin, but it's not like a big focal point. But I will build it. I build everything. I love collecting the new ships. So I will definitely build it. Any update on week 3 recruit event? I mean, if you're asking if I can tell you what it is, no. I was using my Enterprise until 46 when I got my Coronar. Nice, Gordon. Yeah, depending on the count, I can definitely see that for some people. Nicely. Well, I'm excited for your birthday coming up in less than a month. Remember, on Twitch, Rev's 34th birthday party. You're invited. Appreciate y'all. A few people have sent gifts. A big thank you to all those who did that. If you do want to do that, not required. There's my Amazon link in the chat. Again, it's not required, but if you want to contribute to the birthday, we're going to be doing some gross stuff like eating bean boozles. We're doing some fun stuff like playing games, including Star Trek Fleet Command. And I'm going to see if the Star Trek Infinite people let me do like an early preview on my birthday. Since it's only going to be 6 days before the game officially launches, I'm going to see if they let me do that. I'm going to ask for it. If they say no, I'm not going to get mad. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm going to ask for it and see what happens. Yeah. Remind us when the next game roadmap is expected. Anytime now, actually. The next game roadmap is right around now is when we would expect it to pop up. So now we kind of like have to wait and see. But I expect the new roadmap anytime now because they usually do them every 6 months. That's the rough time frame. The last one we just got was late, but every 6-ish months is when you can expect it. So having one pop out in October would not shock me. So we have to review the last one. Yeah, we do. We do need to do that. You collect ships too. The only 3-star and under ship I don't have maxed out is the Red D3. See, I have it, but I didn't max it out. But I do, again, you can see my collections here. So Augur, Enterprise, Sarco, another Augur. This one's just for upgrading. A D4, another ISS Jelly at Tier 1, another Enterprise, Cerritos, my Max Burrell, my Franklin, my Mantis, my Malcolm, my Hydra, Titan, Defiant, Vidar, Isha, Meridian number 1. Got a couple of 3-star faction miners, my Hijack Legionary, my Hijack Mayflower. Yeah, you can see I collect. And then, of course, there's my baby Ferrari. My baby Ferrari. So, what's the point of the roadmap? Do they even hit everything from the last 2? Yeah. I mean, typically you actually won't see a roadmap actually get released until the old one gets completed. Let me see if I can find the old one real quick, from the most recent one, rather. So here's the 2023. So the one they did in December, for example, highlighted Fleet Commanders, which did come out. Highlighted hailing frequencies, which did come out. Highlighted the reduction in loops, which was X-Borg. Highlighted artifacts, but that came out. And then there was one that got in April. So the one in April, let's see. The roadmap in April showed off pips, which was a change in making the pips less. Oh, never mind. This is the fake one they did in April. They did reduce the number of pips. That was nice. I gotta find out where the real one was. Anyway, yeah, so they do typically complete them before they move on to the next one. They do complete them before they move on to the next one. Hypo says, when did YouTube start showing ads on live stream? Past couple months, they added that in. They've added that in the past couple of months. I set mine because they want to do them very often. I set mine like every 30 minutes, but one of the options like every 12 minutes they want to run ads. I'm like, nah, that's a bit ridiculous. That's a bit ridiculous. All right, come over here. I'll launch another one. All right, there we go. Just a reminder, y'all, we will be live again in about 5 hours on Twitch. Because I'm about to wrap up here a smidge early. I got to go check on my son who had a fever. The youngest, James Tiberius, had a fever today. So I'm going to go check on him. And I also want to encourage y'all to hit me up on Discord and Facebook so that y'all can be a part of the conversation and hit me up. You hate YouTube? I mean, it's the most viewed platform in the world, so I guess they're going to try to make their money. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. Live long and plunder. Stay safe with their Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. I'm going to see most of y'all tonight, or at least a lot of y'all tonight, I hope. And yeah, if you have any needs or helps with Star Trek Fleet Command, I'm more than happy to be that guy. All you got to do is hit me up on Facebook or Discord. Appreciate every single one of you so much, and I will see y'all later today.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.